Whitney, welcome.
That was such an amazing introduction. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's so weird to hear somebody else introduce you because you're like, oh, that's me. That's all of me. So thank you, sis, for that. I appreciate that. I know that I was given a topic that I definitely want to touch on, but first, I just want to thank Latari for this. As amazing as she expressed that I am, she is that and so much more. We were connected by my mother, so me meeting her has been a gift in itself. Even if we're not speaking, it's like she knows. She knows my heart. She knows my feelings. She knows everything. We're just connected. So I appreciate you. And I'm so happy that this came about because I know how long you've been wanting this to happen. And so it's here and it's amazing. And no matter what craziness has been thrown my way, I was not going to miss this. And then also just a special shout out to Miss Coffee, because as Latari mentioned, my biggest thing right now, my gift, my accomplishment that I'm super proud of is my nonprofit for homeless youth, which is still at its groundbreaking stage, but who helped me get that in order was Miss Coffee. She is so knowledgeable. The paperwork part is not my expertise. I don't like it. I can't stand it. I do too much of it at work. So they're amazing, super amazing. So thank you, ladies. Love you so much. So I got to talk about collaboration. And it's funny because I have a love for it now. But can I tell you, ladies, that I was a solo artist for a very long time. So I wanted to first start with the definition of collaboration, which is the action of working with someone or multiple someones to produce or create something, no matter what the something is. And so collaboration also requires leadership. Now, when I first read the definition of collaboration, I'm like, okay, well, that's what I'm doing now. But then I think I would have liked it more if I read that collaboration requires leadership, because I'm a leader, y'all. So that was letting me know that I didn't have to take the back seat to collaborate with people. I could still lead. Collaboration has brought me so much joy now. And the things that Latari was telling you all that I was able to produce, I did that with collaboration. So let me just scale back to when I first decided that I wanted to do these women luncheons. It was just me, Whitney, the solo artist. I'm going to do this. God gave me this vision, so I am going to do this. Child, listen, my first luncheon was about, I think it was about 15 women. I did a restaurant. I created this menu, this set menu. Everybody cash at me. I was doing too many things and I wasn't able to produce what I wanted it to be, but I'm like, okay, cool. This is a great start. So I did it again at a restaurant and it was nice, but we couldn't really hear this person who was speaking because we were in a restaurant. And so I'm like, okay, there has to be something else I can do to really make this come about. So still me, this is I, Whitney. Whitney's gonna do this. So here I go with my solo self on Facebook. And I'm like, does anyone know where I can find a space so that I can create this wonderful women's luncheon that I just know I need to do? Well, here trickles Miss Shanae Glass, which is another amazing person if you guys ever get to meet her. I never met her in life. She comments on my Facebook and she's like, hey, check your inbox. I got something for you. So here's step one of my collaboration introduction, you guys. So she's like, hey, I have this great space that you can go ahead and have, not you can use, you can have, so that you can make this luncheon go through. I know you don't know me and you probably think I'm crazy, but God told me that this is going to be amazing. So she's my first person into my collaboration. So me still being solo, prideful self, I'm like, okay, well, how much do you want me to pay you for this space? She's like, no, sis, allow me to invest in you. And then I'll just be a guest. Just let me know how much the tickets are going to be. So there's my step one. And I'm like, okay, well, thank you so much. Of course, I'm speechless because nobody's ever given me anything. Why? Because I never was open to receiving it or accepting it. It was me, I. So she's my first person in my team. So as I'm getting the speakers and getting them lined up, here they come with a lot of amazing ideas to help me make this even better than what I, solo self, see it as. So what I'm getting at is when God gave me a vision, it wasn't just for me. He allowed me to get my feet wet. Okay, so you think you can do this by yourself? That's fine, but I want to give you this. But right now you're only getting this because you're not really listening or opening up. So once I finally opened up, it went from this to, and you guys can't see my hands, but it grew. And it grew into something that my little small mind couldn't even imagine it to be. And so my speakers became people I collaborated with, even moving into my next events, because they knew how to create what am I getting at? The itineraries and make them pretty. I collaborated with Hope because she was able to make the venue space look beautiful. I can't do that myself. I don't have that gift. And so it allowed me to open up and see that even though God gave me the vision and it was something that was given to me, it's going to take a multitude of people to get it across. It doesn't mean you step down from leadership. You don't step down from leading your purpose, but you have to allow people to come in to give you those missing pieces and deposit their talents and their wisdom and things that you don't possess. I cannot decorate a room like Hope can decorate a room. I cannot get up and give energy like how Shanae can get up and give energy. She just exudes the energy. And so that event went from that was my first one. Then it went to a next one, and that one was huge. So I had to reach out for more people to collaborate with, help me with the giveaways. How do you properly do a raffle? How can I make sure that these women can stay in contact with one another? So I reached out to women that have done something similar that I could pull from and that weren't afraid of giving that to me, and they gave it for free, and I'm super thankful for it. But the reason why now, as Atari expressed, I'm so helpful and I'm giving and I'm down for collaborating, and yes, I'll help you, it's because it was given to me. Sometimes we will get so caught up in ourselves and we think that this vision only belongs to us. To me, everything that's given to me is for a multitude of people. When I first started started the nonprofit for homeless youth, Janae Coffee will tell you, it was just me. I was the only founder. It's just me. I'm going to do this, girl. Just tell me what to do. But I had already been opened up to collaboration. So now I have a partner. She's good at, again, the paperwork. She's good at designing the websites. And she loves to speak in a multitude of people. I'm good like this online. Hey, y'all, I could do this. But when I have to get up in front of people, I kind of shy away a little bit. Not Miss Matthias, she'll hop in and she'll be like, hey, y'all, I'm from New York. You're going to get all this boldness and this is where we are. So collaboration has been a blessing for me. And so I had to dissect it, like I said, and get the collaboration requires leadership. I can still lead it and still collaborate at the same time. And then also the last thing that I got from collaboration is also cooperation. And so cooperation on all aspects. So for me, I'm a perfectionist when I know that I'm going to produce something or give someone something. But I had to allow myself to cooperate with all of the other ideas that were being thrown into the pot and be willing to accept them, acknowledge them, and see that they may actually work. And so collaboration is working together. It also requires leadership, but it's also cooperation. And so with those things, it ends up being something beautiful. And for me, and I'm sure the other ladies can attest to it, when you collaborate, that little thing that you wanted to produce or that little thing you wanted to give, trust me, it becomes so much bigger and it becomes something so beautiful and so amazing and something unmatched. Just like Miss Latari collaborated with amazing women to produce this moment that we have right now. And I know that it's something that was deposited into her, but she was willing to collaborate, still be the leader, but still open to cooperation with everything that's been going on. And so I know that was under 15 minutes, but if you have any questions or comments or takeaways, I'm open for that as well.